across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's second down.
It's now
so many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off on a safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
They'll take over.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
The ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
To George
Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was 2nd in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero Frank Gore, the former 49er.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Score, Niners 7, Jets nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and
a loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Returning, it's Benjamin. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
And behind the chain, 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard
line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. And Mims has got it. Touchdown, Jets. Denzel Mims with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Denzel Mims, the rookie, the intended receiver there. But now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And it's caught by Herndon. The 30, past the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
1st and 10 at the
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play action. It's Jackson. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Denzel Mims with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, this is starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
3 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Jets' 49-yard line.
2nd and 11. Now Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown.
3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers have moved down in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Denzel Mims on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That ties
Point after, right down the middle. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That is into the hands of Perriman. Touchdown, Jets. Rashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to take the lead. Good. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Ball carrier. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now Gold for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
They begin with a quick throw out left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Taking 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Jackson. Caught here by Griffin. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. He's got this one completed to Mims. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Jackson on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
For Deebo Samuel, incomplete.
2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he'll let this go deep for both. He's got a man. Complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Mostert. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
Being chased out left. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is,
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Able to connect with Mims. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Denzel Mims.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They go play action with Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what a jump.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Man, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. He'll let this go. It got his man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
At the 39-yard line.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Deshaun Perriman, 79 yards. And the Jets are going to take the lead. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Hey, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
first and 10. It's Jackson. Able to get away. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Talk about a young man who's been living up to the hype. Nick Bosa, 9 sacks in the regular season in 2019, but really turned his game up for the postseason. Had 4 in their run to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. This guy plays with such passion, such strength, and a huge football IQ. Seems to understand where plays are going to go even before the ball is snapped.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Jackson now. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
A 3-yard loss.
He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Winds up and lets it go for 6. And that's caught inside the 30.
Garoppolo.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
A gain of 47 yards.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And you're at the point in the game under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. C.J. Mosley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 20. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. On the slant, able to find Ayuk. And he gets it down to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Gain on the play.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Touchdown.
So much of the 49ers' success last season was due to tight end George Kittle, the NFL's all-pro tight end in 2019. If you want to start a debate, ask the question, is he the best tight end in the game? or is it Kansas City's Travis Kelce? Maybe they're 1A and 1B. In any event, Kittle had 107 catches last season, his second straight 1,000-yard season, and he's a threat anywhere on the field, especially as you get closer to the goal line.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
Jackson's pass.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And this now 3rd and 11 after that 2nd down completion actually went back a yard.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Jackson to throw. Got a man. It's Mims. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of it.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
It's a gain.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Brandon Ayuk. That'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now Garoppolo. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Pierre Desir.
Garoppolo's pass intercepted. The Jets take over 1st.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He'll air this one out for Mims. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. And it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jackson. Throw left side, taken in by Mims. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Today's final score.
They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to them. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.